Each school day, in surroundings much like these, OEA members carry out the business of public education. Every OEA member, from the classroom teacher to those who work behind the scenes, knows firsthand the difference a quality education makes in a child's life. The fact that you've chosen to devote your career to public education proves that you're an advocate. All active and retired OEA members, whether they're teachers or secretaries, bus drivers, nurses, support personnel, or JVS or higher education faculty, care about students. But there are those who don't share your enthusiasm and commitment. And the threat posed by these anti-public education forces is profound. They're extremely well-funded, better organized than ever before, and fully prepared to press their opposition agendas. When it comes to public education, nothing happens in isolation.
Hearing no objection, the journal is approved.
All decisions are political. Your elected officials not only control the purse strings of public schools, they control issues that deeply affect all OEA members. But it's your students who often bear the full weight of each flawed decision, such as the manner in which proficiency testing became the sole assessment of student achievement. As OEA members, your vantage point is truly unique. You see public education not just as it is, but as it can be. You know what works and what doesn't. When it comes to public education, OEA members are the experts, and you should use that knowledge to educate people about public education and overtly promote the issues that will shape its future. We have a right to be heard, and that's what OEA's lobbying and political programs are all about.
It's clear that OEA members have to be vigilant and they have to be active. If not, everything that we have won in the past years can be taken away in a blink of an eye. And it's not only up to the certified staff, but it's also up to our SSPs, those who are the custodians and the secretaries and the bus drivers, all of us together. We have to remain vigilant, and we have to have a clear understanding of what we need to do to remain active, or else, as I said before, everything will be taken away from us.
So just what was public education like before OEA members worked for change? Well, in the 60s, if you were pregnant, you were forced to resign. In the 70s, female teachers weren't allowed to wear slacks, and male teachers could lose their job just for sporting a mustache or a beard. And as late as the 1980s, non-tenured teachers had no guarantee of due process, and strikes by education employees was illegal. You think that was tough? Consider these actual provisions from a contract of a female teacher in 1922. First, the salary, a whopping $75 a month. And imagine you had to be single. If you were married, your contract became null and void. You could not have company with men, and you were required to be home between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless you were at a school function. You were not to loiter downtown at ice cream stores. You couldn't smoke, drink, wear bright colors, dye your hair, and you had to wear at least 2 petticoats.
Well, the list doesn't stop there. The contract that our grandmothers signed in the 1920s is so much different than the contract that we sign now. And the items in that contract are different, and the reason that the items are different in that contract, it's really simple, and that's because of activism.
The teaching profession is a political profession, whether we like it or not. Without OEA's lobbying efforts, without the OEA Fund for Children in Public Education, we wouldn't have legalized collective bargaining right now, which means we wouldn't have the right to strike. We'd have teachers still being thrown in jail for their involvement in the association. Without political action, we wouldn't have a meaningful say in teacher